Whew, what a morning. Hope y'all are running a little bit behind. Just a little bit. It's been a crazy morning. Let's see. Do I want what I want? What I want? I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess in the floor. Come on. Let's see here. I'm trying to get organized. And basically, I'm loading the fridge. What's up, Universal Key? So, yeah. I'm at the house today. I'm upstairs. Just chilling. I think that light's a little bright. Maybe. Set the mood a little bit. Matt, Rob, Clue Sniffers in the house. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know what I need. I need to get this out. So I need to what's up? Dark Omen prime time. Just basically just chilling here at the house. I've been out of town for the last 3 days, so got back home last night and or yesterday afternoon, and so I'm just playing catch up. Playing catch up. Hello, David. Make that a formal. Hello. Got some Ultra Paradise this morning. Playing catch up. What was I gonna do? Thank you. I love the Wars. The Wars is probably my absolute 110% favorite. No, we're not doing not up here. Not up here. Like I said, I've been gone for 3 days business trip. But I do have to correct a mistake. North Carolina. What's up, Captain Crunch? Yeah, your boy here is a big old doofus head. That's what I am. I'm a big old doofus head. So, apologies. I'm actually killing two birds with one stone. I'm setting my work computer back up in my office here just so it's ready to go in case I need it. But yeah, I made a faux pas that I gotta correct. Hawaii, no hate whatsoever. Big shout out. What is it? Mahala. That mean thank you? Mahala. Did I say that right? Big props. The island. What part of Hawaii? I'm envious because I don't like the cold. I don't. And mahalo. There you go. Thank you. What did I say? Mahala? Mahalo. East Honolulu. Okay. See, so Honolulu, that's on the Big Island, correct? It's because Hawaii makes up, there's a lot of islands. So, yeah, big props. Got the surf, got the sand. Cost of living's not cheap in Hawaii, from what I understand. So that could be the downside of it. Oh, okay. Here we're okay. $9 gallon milk. Wow. So here's a good one. So I've heard from people that are across the pond. How much is like a Black Series figures in Hawaii or Marvel Legends or things like that? Because like typically here, like a Black Series figures, what, like $27, something like that. How does it compare to Hawaii prices? I'm curious. That always fascinates me. Pricing variations, you know. What's up, Susan? Shot down with flames. 20. Okay, so not. See, I would have figured with getting things across, you know, once they come in from overseas and then hit the States. But do they come to the States first and then go to Hawaii? And I know Hawaii is a state, but you know what I mean. Does it come in or does it go directly to Hawaii from manufacturing? Interesting. Yeah, I'm not. I'm honest with you. I just don't like the winter. I'm not a winter person. I've never been a winter person. I don't think I ever will be a winter person. The only time I think I would ever enjoy the winter is if LA. See, that's what I was thinking. So I was thinking that when it comes into the West Coast or the East Coast, that by the time it ships over to Hawaii, I would have assumed that it would have been a little higher because of the cost of shipping it from the mainland United States to Hawaii. I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm, you know. Oh, yeah. Minnesota, that's a whole nother level of cold. Minnesota, if you've never been to Minnesota, I've been there several times, work trips. The wind in Minnesota, that's what gets you. It's not the freaking cold. That wind, and it, what is it, the home of the Seven Lakes or something like that. But whatever it is, the wind in Minnesota is just brutal when it's cold, like to the bone brutal. Okay. Not sure what's going on there, Richard. Oh my goodness. So let's. I need to get my. All right, there you go. Rob's on the money. So I need to get. So here's my faux pas that I made. So I think I debuted last Saturday. Was talking about the Punisher Iron Man. And yes, 100%. And so and I was printing while I was gone on my work trip, I had prints going, and got the face done. Fits great. Got the bottom piece of the back. Fits great. Well, you big dummy, the back top. Guess what? I evidently didn't resize it properly. I don't think I resized it at all. So guess who gets to reprint something? I cannot believe that. I literally was so excited when I got home last night. After I ate supper, I went downstairs and I saw that, you know, all this stuff. I'm like, yes. Yeah. So bad. I was literally like, I cannot believe that just happened. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to see if I can load something and get the percentages, because also your big dummy here usually does a better job at saving things, but I was in a hurry and I didn't. So yeah, your big dummy here made a faux pas. So I'm hoping that I can load some of these and at least get the size. That's all I need. I need the percentages. That Mando, I've seen it in the store. I don't have it because honestly, I don't really care. I've got so many Mandos. Um, oh, you're not gonna let me prepare? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Dang it. Such an idiot. Such an idiot. Normally, I put the percentages on my files. I can load it, but I can't see the percentages because it's an actual file preview. All right, let's do this. How can I do this? Idiot. Such an idiot. I'm a Gomer head. I'm a Gomer head. All right, let's do that. Print, set up, disable, CG code. I know I don't want to modify it. I just want to see it. So now I may have to do some guesstimations. What's up, Doug? I may have to do some guesstimations, which I really didn't want to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. I had the wrong printer selected. Let's see if it'll let me. Come on. The life of a 3D printer. No, it ain't gonna let me do it. All right, so. Okay. Did I say? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I may have saved that project. Hang on. Open recent. Ooh, open recent. Maybe. Maybe right there. Yes, open project. Yes, open. We may be onto something. The one thing with 3D printer slicers, they actually have a where you can see your recents. And as long as it's pretty close, then you can go back and find it that way. But I've got everything printed, but this one piece. Yes. Oh. All right. But I don't want to celebrate too much yet. Hang on. Let me got that. Okay. See, that was 110. 100. Okay. 110. 110. Where's my face plate? Face plate. I think I found it. I think I'm good. So, yeah, I'm happy now. I am so happy. You know, you guys want to see, what I'm doing? Do you want to see what I'm doing? I can flip the camera around and show you what I'm doing if you want to see it. I don't know how. Let me look here. I got no secrets. Let me flip this over here. All right, there you go. There. I'll give you a little bit of an insight on my world. Got to move my mouse though. All right, so typically, so this is the actual Kira that I use. So this is the actual helmet here as one piece, and then there's the face mask. So what I did was, and the thing with the Iron Man helmets, or those style helmets, this is the piece that I messed up. That's the piece. So, but if we pull let me get my little doodads off here. Hey, come here. Oh, man. I forgot. Hang on. I don't need those no more. I got some. So, And these are like little 5x5 dowels that go into these pinholes. But anywho, so this helmet here will not fit my head. So what I do is I have this mannequin head right here. And this is what I want to actually do a scan of my actual, sorry about that. I do use Armor Smith, but again, this is just like a little quick reference thing that I do. All right, let me get him spun around. And move him to the center. And if it's not yellow, then it means it will not print. But that's okay. I don't care about that. What I'm caring about is I want to see how the helmet or whatever it is actually works on my head. Or at least a rough representation. And so I'll just bring it over and bring it down. All right, so bring it over. So basically, this helmet, see my right there, my ears coming through right there. And if I move it over a little bit, and I size this mannequin head based on the circumference and everything of my head, this would fit, but again, you see there's a little bit of the ear right there. So what I had to do is you start messing around with the percentages to see what actually would work the best for me. Let's rotate this a little bit more. Whoops, too much, Greg. There you go. So overall, not too bad. I mean, I could probably squeeze this on. But again, if you look at the nose right here, that could be a problem. So what we'll do is we'll bring the face plate over, bring it out. And actually, the reason why it's upside down, that's the way I printed it. So let me get it right back up. Get it orientated. So when people ask, like I said, about printing helmets and things and stuff like that, it's not as simple as just getting a file, throwing it on a printer and printing it. That is a misconception. So as you can see, like right there, the eyes are lining up really good, no problem there. All right, so if we bring it in to where it actually lines up, which is similar to there, as you can see, there's plenty of clearance with the eyes and stuff. However, the nose would probably come into play, and I don't want that, because actually I've got this helmet too far forward. So if we highlight all of it and bring it back. So I'll go ahead and do it to where the nose comes out, like right there, because that sort of lets me know where center is too. So if we look, like right there's my eyes, boom, 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 we drop the nose back, but you can see right here's my cheeks. So we just bring all this stuff out to where it actually fits. There's the back gap right there. So basically, there's what things would typically look like, or this is sort of the process that I go through, just to sort of get an idea of how everything, I guess I could lift you up a little bit. Let me recenter the view. Camera position, yeah, let's do this. Whoa, hello there. So basically now I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. It's going to be way too tight. And if, again, everything's pretty good. So with these particular pieces here, what I did was, this is 100%. This is excuse me. The head right here is 113.1%. This is some math that you do to figure things out. But if we look at the helmet, it's oh, I'm still selecting everything. Get out of there. Let me move him out of the way. So if we look at the helmet, right now it's 110%, which is what I resized it to originally, based off of the head sculpt. I actually was wrong in my original assessment. I'm sorry. But these are the pieces that are actually cut in half, because going back to the actual original print, you can't, if it doesn't turn yellow, it's not going to print on the bed. So if we try to get it to fit, because a lot of people's like, oh man, I can't print, I want to print a full size, blah, blah, blah. No. See the shadow area right here? This is your print bed. So this gray border, no. You got to be within that light gray. So if you look at the shadows, like back here. Now, what you can do is you can resize things. Like, let's take this from 110 to 100. All right, so that shrunk it. That's the original file size. So the actual 110 is what I needed. I printed this piece at 100. All right, so if we look at it, we're close. So if we move it a little closer, and then move this up a little bit, will it fit? Ooh, oh, it's so close, but yes, so far. Boom. All right, so right there it would fit if that was the proper size. But if you use a raft, it won't fit. So we got a problem. This is where the fun comes in. So like I said, if I go back up to the 110%, it don't fit no more. All right, so that's why it's important to know how to cut a model. Now this, it's 110%. It's fine, no worries on that. See, it pops into place. We're at 110%, no big deal. Just disregard this thing. That's a normal little thing. However, now you got to look at the printing part of it. So let's do this real quick. I'll show you this real quick, and then we'll actually cut and do the thing. What's up, Christopher? All right, so if you look at this model right here, everything in red is where a support is going to go. Okay? That's way too much. And this is the finished piece, and I don't want support material here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it like so. Now you see you got support material here, right? Okay, so now then I'm going to bring it up to there. So now the face has no support material at all. The only support is going to be on some edges. A little bit right there, you know, nothing crazy. But if we do this, boom, now everything is really starting to look like it should. In other words, I'm eliminating as many places on the finished edges. You know, inside here's fine. Who cares? Inside the mask, that's fine. That's not seen. All right, so now the next biggest decision. First and foremost, are you guys okay with this? I know there's 48 of y'all in here, so I mean, we're going to do other things. This ain't all we're doing, but 16 degrees. Ugh. It's 17 here, or it was this morning. But anywho, so now I've got the model set to where I want it. So now I want to preview it, right? So this is going to print up here at 20% infill, okay? And that's fine. The higher that number, the denser it's going to be. And the longer it's going to take, blah, blah, blah. But these little settings here, I'm not going to go through a crap ton of these, but here's your percentages right here. So for helmets, always, my bare minimum is 20%. Bare minimum. That's, I mean, I've printed helmets before at 10%, and that's okay. But I have found over time that 20% is a good beginning starting number. The percentages of overlap, blah, blah, blah. I don't change a lot of these. We got 4 layers. We're built, printing temperature is 200. My build plate is 50. I usually set at this, but also depending on the day and what it feels like, you can change this within the printer, so that's no big deal there. Print speed, it defaults at 50%. For this one right here, I bump it up to 100, and then I dial it down on the printer. So once I actually get started, I usually, when I'm doing my rafts and stuff, let that do it at 100, and then once the actual model starts printing, I bump it down to 80. So support material. Now this is where it's like crazy. All right, so if we do normal support material, right? I'm doing a raft. All my helmets I do with the raft. I don't do brim. I don't do skirt. It's helmet. And yeah, Jared, for what you're talking about, for your printer, you definitely will have to do it in pieces, which is perfectly fine. No big deal. All right, so if we do a preview, it's going to basically let us see what it's going to look like as it prints. Let me slide you down just a little bit. So it's generating the preview. Now we're going to slice it. Dun, dun, dun. Slicing takes basically the computer is, or the software is basically going to do a simulated print process from start to finish, and that gives you a preview, and then we can actually go through and look at what it's going to look like. I do highly recommend. I got this helmet here, or this head sculpt here. I think it's on Thingiverse. It was free. There's like 4 different sizes. Just pick the one that's to your head. That's then measure your head. And I'll show you what I use for that here in a minute. And then just resize the mannequin head for the measurement that you got from your head. And that's a good start. I always add percentages. I add at least 1 or 2% typically. But it saves a whole lot of trial and error. And there's also another little tip I'll give you for helmets, that really narrows it down. So what it's doing right now when it's doing this preview or this slicing, it's adding supports, it's adding the raft, it's adding every single thing that will go to the printer to print. We're about, I'll show you right there. See that little progress bar down there in the bottom right? We're a little bit, we're close. We're close, I promise. We're close. And so what I did also with this particular file is I utilized the mannequin as well for the pieces. And that's why they were all set at 110, because I was testing everything or sizing everything. But my problem was I picked the 100% file when I actually imported it down. All right. So right now, this will take 2 days, 18 hours, and 58 minutes to print just this. It'll take 692 grams. There's 1,000 grams in a roll of material. So everything that's blue, that is your supports. Now this is normal supports. And as you can see, I can actually come over here to the right and drag this down, and you can actually see how it's done. All right, so basically all of this is support material that it's going to have to put in place to hold the piece up. 692 grams is ridiculous amount, and you don't need that much support for this. That's literally overkill. So minus 14, holy butt crackers. So what we're going to do is, I have started using, instead of normal supports, I'm using organic supports a lot. So remember, 692 grams in 2 days and 18 hours. So let's see if we get any better. Still 20%, still a raft, nothing else. We're just changing up the support structure, and that's it. Now you can go in and do support blocking, which I can show you that as well. But from a good rule of thumb, I'm really starting to enjoy organic or tree supports. Now, they're not as sturdy as normal supports, because a tree support actually, I may actually have one. Let me look here. I'm not sure if I have one up here in my trash can or not, because I was actually doing some supports up here. Nope, I do not. But anyway, organic supports are circular. In other words, it makes a tube, and there's nothing in the tube, so it's just basically just making, it almost reminds you, if you saw the abyss, the water creature, that's what reminds me of organic supports. All right, we're getting close. We're almost done. Almost done. I'm gonna, that little peg right there makes me, every time I look at it, I think, man, what's that on my screen? Okay, here we go. Almost there. Okay, now, here's the kicker. Same print, same raft, everything. We were at 692 grams of filament, which is over half a roll. We were at 2 days, 18 hours. Now we are at 274 grams of filament, 1 day, 10 hours, 26 minutes. That is a huge difference. All right. Now, to show you what the, and like I said, organic, if you look at it, it's basically just cylinders, right? And if we come down, this will give you an ideal of what they look like. So it just basically goes around and makes these cylinders that do the same identical thing to support the model, right? So if you look, and this is the little preview, like I said, like right here, it makes this little cluster. If we scroll on down, it's just tubes, like right there, just tubes. But that saves so much filament, right? What's up, Big Troy? What's up, Gabe? Now, the problem with this is these walls. Sometimes these walls, they fall. Sometimes it's not perfect by no means. But sometimes it's, I mean, it's worth it. But as we go down in the preview, so we got our raft. right there, which the raft is actually all of this around through there. This is the actual helmet, but the raft is this right here. And what that does, it basically creates a level playing field for the supports and everything else. And then if you want to be really creative, you can actually click play and it simulates the nozzle right there. So see, that's how it's actually making the support. It just draws it like that. So that is the biggest place that you could have an issue. This area here is the support material. So the higher the percentage here, the more dense the supports will be, the heavier it'll be, blah 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 blah. So that's that piece. But the piece we need is this one right here. This is the one that I boogered up. All right. So let's do this. Let me move that back over there. I'm gonna move the head over there as well. Now this piece here, again, I've already printed this one. This is it whole, and I ran into the same issues with it being whole as trying to print the whole helmet. It's just too awkward of a piece. And I wanted to utilize 2 printers at one time, so I cut it. All right, so as we look, this is the inside. Outside here, everything that's red, you got supports, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be the finished. No, we can't do that. We cannot do that. So, obvious choice. I'm always looking for anything Clone Trooper related. So the obvious choice is to move it this way. Now, we're a little off canter. So there's actually a setting right here called lay flat. So you can click that. It's going to lay the print on the bed in a flat way that it should be close enough, in other words. You're still going to have to rearrange it because I like certain things a certain way. But as you notice, it's underneath. So, got to lift it up. So now it's flat. So when we look at it this way, let me spin this around. Let's spin this around. Usually if I got helmets like this or masks or anything like that, I want to have the inside facing the front of the printer. That way I can see how the support structure is doing. Everything in red supports. Okay. We're still at 20%. We're still at a raft. We haven't done anything. Let's slice this bad boy. Let's see what kind of results we get from this thing. I can already tell you, oh, wait a minute, hang on. Let me stop that. I need to change one thing. We're going to change this back to normal supports. Are y'all still entertained? Are you entertained? I promise you, after I do this one, we're going to flip the camera out and we're going to open a figure. I got a figure here that I need to open up. Doug, I can tell you this, Christopher. He's up in the mountains. He's up in the mountains, or that mountainous area. He's up higher than I am. Doug's a G.I. Joe guy. Come on. Yeah, it's way too. I just despise the cold. I despise it. I hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, we need it. I get it, but it's no fun riding a motorcycle when it's in the teens. Somebody pay the hate. Right? Okay, here we go. All right, so let's do a preview. Boom. Just like it is right now. Will take 3 days, 1 hour, 43 minutes, and take up 878 grams of filament. Over 3/4 of a roll. So, and a roll is about $25. So, a lot of this has to do with how the supports are. And you can see it supported everything on this dome. Nothing wrong with that. When I first started 3D printing, man, I did it that way. And I very, very soon realized after some help from some people in the community, no. Because if it costs you $50 to print a helmet, then what's the point of printing it? All right, so before I do anything else, we're at 3 days, 1 hour, which that's a crazy amount of time. And 878 grams is way too much. So let's change it to organic and see what we save. Not changing nothing else. We're just changing the support structure. We're changing the type of support. We're going from normal to organic. So we were at 890 something grams, 3 days, long time, a lot of filament, blah, 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 blah. I promise you the next part of this equation is going to be probably one of the biggest things that I was taught that just made printing helmets so much better. Oh, and by the way, dark chocolate and sea salt right there. All right, progress bar. Man, we've spent like over 40 minutes on this. I've thought about doing a video on this, being honest with you. There's so many videos on how to do the stuff like this. Also, what does a roll look like? Well, I don't have one up here to show you. It looks like a big spool of weed eater twine. Am I the only one that keeps chocolate in a refrigerator? Yeah. Oh man, you're in a heat wave, Doug. We're almost done. Getting close. So we were at 3 days and over 800 grams of filament. Boom. Let's preview it. So now, using tree supports, or organic, we went to 2 days and 2 hours and went from 890 grams down to 382 grams. That's huge. That's a good savings, right? But again, you can see tons of supports, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, first and foremost, I don't like the fact that I'm utilizing this much area for supports. So what you do is you play with model orientation. So if you look at this, that's a lot of surface area. But if you look here, there's not as much surface area. So you rotate it and put it like so. Hit lay flat again. So we went from 3 days down to 2 days. We went from almost 900 grams to almost 400 grams by the orientation of the top. Boom. All right, so now if we look, it appears to be the same surface area. However, you lose this, you got this trench that's gone, but you still have a pretty big surface area. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So what I'm going to do is, first things first, I'm going to make sure and get the model on the bed as close to center as possible before I start this next step. All right, next step. You don't need all of this. So now we're going to put in some support blockers. So you click on your model and you come over here. Let me move the camera to your menu, and you have a thing called support blockers. Boom, click on that, come back over and click, boom. Now you got the little square, click the little square, it's highlighted. Now we're going to do the scale of it and just drag and watch it grow. All right. So now we have something in place that is going to block this area of supports. So what I'm doing is I'm dragging it there. So you can see it, it makes this nice little cube. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it by 1. I'm going to drag this in over here to so. I'm going to multiply this one by 1 and going to drag it down and then come over here and voila. So now we got a nice little, and it's not over your head. Seriously, don't let this intimidate at all. So basically, this is the back of the helmet, this is the top, and this is the front. So what we've done is we've created blockers, all right? So basically, and you can be creative with your blockers. Like I can sit there and take this and bring it all the way down. Bring that one all the way down. And voila. That one I made, yep, there we go, voila. Okay, so we had over 3 days, 800 grams. We're down to one day, 18 hours, and 300 grams. Let's slice it now. Let's see what we got. Hint, way less. just a hint, way less. And this is the thing about, and this is where I think a lot of people, when they see, you know, even me, when I post things and, you know, doing helmets and blah, 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 and they're like, oh my God, this is so awesome. We've been here for, I mean, how long have we been going? Almost 48 minutes, right? On this one thing. So you can put in easily up to 2 hours just prepping a model before you ever even get to the printer part. Okay, so now we've went down from 1 day, 18 hours, I think. We're down to 1 day, 9 hours, but we went from almost 400 grams down to 258 grams of material. So basically that translates to almost being able to print 4 of these with 1 roll versus normal supports would be almost 3/4 of a row for 1. Tree supports, no blockers, would be like 2 for 1. Now then, let's preview it. Something new. Sorry, I tried to read that one. So let's preview it. Boom. There is the supports for this part of the model right there. Boom. That is literally all you need for this, and this goes for helmet. So when you do a helmet, you don't even need center supports. However, I do put center supports in my helmets. So if we actually look now at the actual, because all of this stuff will actually hold on its own. A helmet will actually, technically, I could probably do this without a support at all in the center, but I like to put one there. So as we come up, see, like now, the supports are holding on to it as it builds up the center of it. So like, boom, 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 boom. Now it's grabbing it, and now it's supporting this part, which in turn is supporting this part, even without no supports. And now it actually meets and circles, and voila. This bad boy is ready to go. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna make sure we're still at 100%. Okay, we previewed it. We know what it's gonna look like. Everything looks good. Everything's on the surface. All right, so now we're gonna save it to the disk. All right, so this is head section 2. Hey, Christina. Save to disk. Got my little trusty USB in there. So this is head 2. So we're going to do this. So this is typically what I do. 110% Iron Man Punisher back top. Delete all of that garbage. I don't need that extra C. I don't need the Pro. Boom. So now the file name is my printer, 110 Pro, 110% Iron Man Punisher back top. Save. 20 years. Rat Fink kits. Oh, that is awesome. All right, so we got it saved. Gonna open it up. Right there it is. Make sure it's good to go. And eject. So basically, I will have this done. Make sure I ejected that. Yep, okay. And voila. All right, let me get this party flipped back around. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me get that pulled around. So basically, voila. So now I'll go down and I'll get this print started. 1 day, 9 hours. So basically by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, it'll be 24 hours. And so 9, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By 7 o'clock tomorrow night, give or take an hour, that piece will be done. So there you go. Crash course in my process. Hope you enjoyed. Let's see here. Frankly Built just posted a video. So one of the things that I've been doing lately, I've been doing some 3D printing on Mythic Legions stuff, and I've been getting figures to do testing with. This is one of the figures that I picked up. Thanks, Glue Sniffer. That I haven't had a chance to open yet. I'm really loving these. Anything to do with the Templars or anything like that. That's right. It's one of my new shirts right there. I stand for this flag because our heroes rest beneath her. That's right. I'm a patriotic dude. Love my country. Okay, so this is the Deluxe Dark Templar Legion builder. So I've been meaning to open him, and I have, like I said, work trip and other things, and I hadn't got around to it. So we're gonna open him here this morning. I love the Templars. I really do like the Templars. The Templars are just awesome. Got the his pike. Got the figure. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. That's legit. Very, very nice. Ooh, those move? I would have not thought they moved. Did they come out? They do come out. Holy butt crackers. Do we have options? That's pretty neat. And plus I'm doing these dioramas and stuff, so we got accessories. What do we have for accessories? We got, thanks Susan, we got the sword. Oh. I will say this when it comes to the swords, I'm not a big fan of this little tab hook right here, but there's ways around that I have discovered. So pull the sword out, and the belts that come with all the mythics have this little in it. Two folded flag, nice. So I don't know if this is the right way to do it. This is the way I do it. I just push that in so that goes over that little thing right there. Again, I don't know if it's right. It's just the way I do it. All right, let's see here. Let me pop off his. I would have never dreamed those would have came off. Pop off his head. I got some other stuff down there that I need to do a review on. Let's see. Let's do this. I popped his arm off instead. I don't want to pop his arm off. Get in there. I want to pop his body off. What Legos looking for? I am looking for, currently now, I've really been eyeballing the new space stuff that City's doing. That's probably the things that really has drawn my eye lately. Come on, get on there. There we go. Pop it on there. So now the sword actually fits really, really good in that little slot there. Get his belt hooked up right. All right. He also comes with some really cool pauldrons. Let's see if we can get those on there. Sometimes you got to heat these up. Sometimes they pop right in. My buddy Kent Poole has educated me a lot on some of these pieces and how they actually work. But there's the shoulder armor. It's an amazing ideal to put armor on or anything like that that Four Horsemen came up with. This is just like legit cool. Get his head pop back on. All right, get the sword, like so. Gotta get the belt down a little bit. Okay, get his headpieces back on again. Okay, there's this piece right here that goes on the pike, like so. right on there. Very, 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 very snug fits, which I like. Then the shields. Oh, love the shields. Love the shields. You got your little shield handle. What I recommend on the shield handles, put them on first because they peg in to the back of the shield like that, and peg it in. And this is another little tip that I didn't realize, that I was always putting the handles in like that. No, put them in horizontal, and then that way you can adjust the shield to where it's actually shielding you, which is what a shield's there for. All right, let me get this arm back on. Make sure I got it going the right way. Yeah, does it go that way? Got the hand there. I pulled his. Oh, that's so funny. I pulled his things down. All right, let me see if I can get him somewhat in a decent position here. And voila. There he is. They're so cool. Such cool figures. And for the, like I said, for the price point, you really can't beat them. Considering the amount of detail and everything that is in them. I mean, yeah. I need to heat that up a little bit, I think. Yeah, get that down there a little bit more. So, yeah, right there. Now, one of the things that I'm doing is, like I was saying earlier, I'm really getting into 3D printing, and one of the things I just put up on my Etsy shop was the Dark Souls shield and sword kit. Oh, so let me show you what it looks like. I actually like this kit. It's a really nice kit. All right, so it comes with 2 of the C style shield holders. Comes with 2 pins, so we put a pin in. And they're made, you know, like I said, you're going to have to do some sanding and things like that, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. So you put your pin in. None of these have been sanded yet, so. But, woo, come here. There you are. But you get the gist. You actually, once you actually take your pen and sand everything, glue your pen in, and then the actual pen itself goes into the shield. I'm pretty proud of the way these, I mean, got some great detail on the shield. And you got 2 locations for your shield. You got a top and a bottom, so you can actually, however you want to do it. Ooh, big toy show. I like big toy shows. And I made this pen where it's long enough to where once it goes in, it's not near that long. But again, you can also use these pens too on the normal Mythic Legion handles. Man, I'm just struggling this morning. SoCal, what's up? So, I'm trying to just like really just quickly mock this up for you guys so you can see it. I'm gonna put that in the top one, I think. If I knew I was going to do this, I would have actually got mine out. Do I have mine out? No, I don't. I actually have one of these for myself that I'm using. But basically, in a nutshell, let me show you the sword. There's the sword. Very, very nice, detailed sword. I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna like put it in here so you guys can sort of see. So if we look at this sword compared to his sword, it's a little bigger, just saying. And it's not just for this particular night, but again, when you look at the shield, I don't know. I dig it. I dig it a lot more than some of the. Nothing wrong with the shield, but it's nice to have options, right? Nice to have options. But anyway, if you're interested, go check out Mancy's store. I've got a few of them up there. And if you want one, fine. If you don't, I completely understand. But yeah, there you go. That's sort of what I've been doing is, you know, and Action Figure Fusion has some really wonderful files, and I support them, and I would like to get more of that stuff out there. So, and I'm really enjoying painting this stuff, and that's another thing I want to show before we wrap things up is the thing that I love the most about the Mythic stuff and these parts and stuff that you can print is it's actually allowing me to sort of get my feet wet into another part of toy collecting, and that's customization. I've always been fascinated. I've customized some toys in the past. I mean, I've done vehicles and stuff like that, but I've never really got into like repaints or anything like that. But this has actually got me excited to be able to do that. And I'll show you this in a minute. Let me get this shield on. And I've met some really nice people. Matt has been answering a lot of questions for me lately. When it comes to painting, he's just been painting for a little over a year, but it's phenomenal. His work. Kent has been doing a lot of painting, which is awesome. So one of the things I've been trying to learn, and it's probably one of the hardest things to replicate, is flesh tones. Now, I do have some paint coming in. I think it'll be here Monday from Armor Painter. And I know Monument Pro, I use all their paints, which I love their paints. I use Citadel paints. But I read an article about using like apple barrel. And so this was the recommendation for flesh tones was light mocha. Oh yeah, got my and sun-kissed peach. So I picked this up to experiment with, and I do highly recommend one of these. Let me see if it's still, yeah. So this is my wet palette, to where I was experimenting with flesh tones, and I'm gonna show you what I've came up with so far. I know the camera's probably not going to nowhere near do it justice, but yeah, there's my flesh tone I've came up with so far. Just experimenting. I was doing like some tests on this Kratos. But I showed it to Matt, and Matt gave me some good pointers on it. But yeah, flesh tone. It's really bright too. So, and it is hard to do a flesh tone. But I think overall, it's not a bad start. It's not terrible. And if you put a wash on it, it may actually turn out pretty good. But that's what I'm experimenting with. And again, I'm really, really excited for this piece of the puzzle. I forgot to mention one thing that when we was talking about the 3D printing thing, when it comes to sizing your helmets, these things are great. So basically, in a nutshell, slap it in like so. Press the button. Boom. Pull this out. So my head is 24 inches plus this adds 2 inches, so 26 inches. Cosplay Chris, I love Cosplay Chris. Cosplay Chris. So this is basically the easy way. The other way too the other measurements that I use involves just a normal tape. And what you do is, let me see if I can do this. You guys are going to, but honestly, so you get a couple of books, and you lay your head down. I gotta show you this. You lay your head down, and basically get to where you're touching your ears. Take your tape measure. I always cut an inch. And that measurement, ear to ear, is 7.5. So 26 and 7.5 is basically the only two measurements that you really need to do a helmet. So there you go. 7.5, 26. Boom. And then I usually add up a percent, give or take. But anyway, I think that's it for the therapy table today. I hope you enjoyed it. Got to open up a figure. Got to do some 3D printing stuff. So yeah. Let's see, what have we got? Ooh, I got a new I think I got I need to go check. Got some stuff in the mail. Got a new lightsaber I'm gonna do a review on. That should be this week. I got another Mythic Legions. I got a couple of Mythic Legion related unboxings I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do. I'm gonna try to do a Lego build this weekend and get it out next week. So I'm really excited for that. And definitely a toy hunt. I found something that I really went out early this morning and found something really cool that I hadn't seen before. So got that. And I'll probably do another toy hunt, but definitely probably at least 3 unboxings this week, I think, and reviews. But other than that, I think we're done. I don't think I missed anything. I got a new blaster that I printed right there. I will show you this real quick before we leave. I don't know how many people actually saw this. This is a custom blaster that I did over a year ago. It's completely done out of resin. This is by far the one that I am most proud of, but check this bad boy out. This started the path for the drab and army green path. But this thing is completely out of resin, weighs about a pound, has the proper everything, but that is the one I am the most proud of right there. Tons of great detail. I mean, this thing is wicked cool. I've not found a holster for it yet, and that's the thing that is frustrating the most is I want to find a holster that, because I still like this sight, and I need to make I need to put a lens in it, but I'm gonna make a lens and put like a little red dot in there. But anywho, that is it, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. You know, give everybody some love. Make sure your family and friends, give them hugs and tell them how much you appreciate them. Get out and enjoy the weekend. Try to find you some toys. If you can't find toys, open up some toys you got. Play with them. That's what they're meant to do. Again, if you want to, check out my Etsy shop if you're interested in any of that stuff. I'm definitely going to start posting more things that I'm printing. But other than that, hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hopefully, me and Matthias and Jared can get together soon. I'm going to try my best to be at Atlanta Comic-Con. It's in February. Just depends on work, but hopefully I'll be there. But yeah, there you go, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Talk to you next weekend. Bye, everybody.